The Rockets play before the hometown crowd here in downtown Houston, Texas. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. And we've got David Aldridge, our Hall of Famer, patrolling the sideline. For the Timberwolves, this is the last game before heading back to Minnesota. And, of course, Precious Achiuwa. And it's our first glimpse of him looking good in his new Timberwolves jersey.
And speaking of the trade, I spoke to him earlier, and, man, was he excited about getting the opportunity at a fresh start. Yeah, he thinks he'll be able to get them to that next level, and I'm sure that's what their thought process was when they made the deal.
Back to Brown. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Here's Holiday. Instead, it seems like the key matchup tonight is down inside in the paint.
Oh, yeah, Kevin. Expect this one to be really physical. If either team backs down, they can just get run over tonight, but I don't expect that to happen. It's going to be a slugfest.
We love those kind of games. They're a lot of fun.
You aren't kidding.
Once Doncic gets inside with the ball, he's halfway there. Then he just uses his strength to finish the job.
A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Sinks the triple. Thompson's got 5 now.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And here's Doncic from the arc. Mobley with the rebound.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Thompson misses. And you look at Ausar Thompson, coach, already imposing at the defensive end of the floor.
He certainly is, Kevin. And that's what they got him to do. But it's the offensive end where he has to make strides, especially in his three-point shooting. It's problematic for a perimeter player who struggles to get the ball in the basket.
And so here is Houston after the basket by Minnesota. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Houston needs to get a shot. From downtown, it's good from long range.
And how about getting a hand up on McGrady, especially when he's looking to shoot from the outside?
Doncic with it. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game.
Man, I love seeing Carter take flight. Ben Saturday, a powerful dunker on these alley-oops.
McGrady outside. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, well, like a lockdown corner in football, teams just try to keep the ball away from Jrue Holiday. He says, I feel like they're not afraid of me, but like, okay, get him off the ball. To me, that's respect. I don't need other people telling me how good I am. You can see it by their actions. Kevin?
So true. He can't be intimidating, David, and we thank you for that report. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Doncic feeling it out. The shot by Carter, nobody around. No good with the triple. Houston leading by 4. In the corner, Ivy with it. There's 1:17 left to play in the first quarter. Mobley misses. GA, if you look back at the Rockets' history, so many all-time greats have spent time there.
Yeah, it's an impressive list, right? Olajuwon, Moses Malone, Calvin Murphy, and Harden. Houston's well represented in the Hall of Fame.
Ivy with the bucket.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Doncic outside. And there's the drive. Here's Okongwu. And Okongwu slams it in.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Now here's Thompson. He's got 7. McGrady outside. Mobley a screen. Outside Holiday. Okongwu grabs the board. Timberwolves trailed by 5. Brown outside. On the wing, Jones. Pass to Okongwu. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Okongwu's now got his second basket. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Houston on top, up 3. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back.
The Timberwolves 10.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And one other thing they've done well today, guys, share the ball. I mean, set up teammates and just playing unselfishly.
Well, the defense just dared him to take that one. Poor execution on their part, but they got lucky.
Pass to Zubac. Back to Brown. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Nice move. And it's Zubac laying it in.
It's always a great sign for this offense when Brown is making plays for others.
Holiday still scoreless. The shot by Ivy, no good. And Greg, we were talking Jaylen Brown making the 2023 All-NBA second team. That was big for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kevin, it made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax, signing for that 5-year extension in July of 23. At the time, the largest contract in NBA history.
And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul. Into the lineup for the Timberwolves. Number 30.
And that's an intentional foul.
Timberwolves foul. Norman Powell. First personal foul. Second team foul. Into the lineup for the Timberwolves.
Here's Holiday.
Achua.
Right wing. Here's Şengün. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Şengün's got his first 3 points of the game.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Now, here's Vanderbilt. Here's Ivey. The putback. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. And now the Timberwolves on the break. And a wide open look for Walker. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Houston leading by 4. Outside Holiday. Back to Ivey. Out left to the wing. 4 on the clock. Again, Şengün missing.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
Again, Şengün missing.
Well, you can tell he's forcing things a bit at the moment. He's been trying to get it going, but this hasn't been his quarter.
Shot from the wing. And that one's good. McGrady. McGrady's got 5.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
Out to the right wing. Back to Powell. There's a screen by Achua. Walker surveying the floor. Pass to Zubac. The baseline jumper goes down. Zubac has got 4 points in the quarter.
And just using the natural advantage he has, he can see over the top of the defense.
Yeah, there's not much else the defender can do there.
The shot by Ivey, no good. And it's Dinwiddie with the ball. Bringing it up now for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter. Now here's Dinwiddie. He has yet to score. Hits it from 3-point range.
Not a consistent three-point shooter, but Dinwiddie can get hot, so you can't just let him fire at will.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Third team foul. In the lineup for the Timberwolves.
There's 57 seconds left in the second quarter. To the paint. Here's Vanderbilt. Lead pass was put in just the right spot. And the Rockets lead by 3.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
And he comes up with the deuce.
And how about the awareness of Dinwiddie? Excellent job spotting the open teammate there.
And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. And the Timberwolves making a change here. 43 seconds left to play in the first half. And here is Vanderbilt. Healed outside. Here's Post. Good on the 3-point shot. Post has got himself on the board with 3 there.
And not just a scorer. Hield is solid at reading when his guys are open for a look.
And that one drops.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
Houston in the lead. Graham surveying the floor. Shot by Hield. Nobody around. It's hauled in by Achua. Here's Carter. Takes it inside. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. And the first half comes to a close in a tie game. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
The Timberwolves 23.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Well, Stan, as a former coach, I imagine it has to be hard for you to watch basketball as a fan.
Well,
Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
that is incredible.
And this is why he's called Vinsanity. Some of Carter's throwdowns are downright vicious.
At the elbow, it's Thompson. And it's sent back by Okongwu. Doncic outside. Doncic going to work.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. And here are the Rockets now, trailing by 4. Hey, Greg, where do you think the Rockets are the strongest in their play?
I'd say on the glass. They generally do a good job crashing the boards and going for loose balls. They really value every possession.
The Rockets shooting their first free throw of the game.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
Well, it'll be fun to watch Ausar Thompson develop over his first few years in the league.
Back to Doncic. Five to shoot. And Okongwu has it in the corner. There's Brown with the three. The Rockets pull it in.
Yeah, but the defenders draped all over him. He just could not shake loose.
Outside Holiday. They kick out to Hield. Back to Holiday. Okongwu grabs the board.
And with that miss, they're just 1 for 4 to start the third quarter.
And here's Doncic from the arc. And Okongwu slams it in.
Yeah, for still being fairly new to the league, you gotta love the vision Jones brings.
And Holiday, here we go. Nice D from Doncic.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Pass to Okongwu. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. And it's a 5-point Minnesota lead.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Holiday left side. Thompson outside. Houston moving it around. Going inside. And Thompson slams it home.
And his athleticism is really off the charts. Love seeing Thompson punching home like that.
For a center, he's maybe undersized, but his ability to get in the air to make a play balances that out.
Pass to Holiday. Back to McGrady. And here's Holiday.
2 minutes remaining.
Launches it. And it's Thompson with the jam.
Well, hauling in that board, Thompson giving his guys second chance opportunities.
Now, here's Doncic. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one is on Holiday. Greg, you think about oversized point guards, and the gold standard has always been Magic Johnson. Now you look at Luka Doncic, and he's certainly big for that position.
Definitely some positive similarities, right? But the big difference is one of those guys that has 5 rings, and that's not a knock on Doncic. This is a team sport, but Magic's ability to affect winning was right there with another MJ, Michael Jordan.
Back to Thompson, beyond the arc, and it's Thompson again missing.
Well, and after making just 1 triple going into the break, he's still looking for his first make from distance here in the second half.
Drills the three-pointer.
And what a half for this offense. If they can stay this hot, a great chance to extend this lead.
Back to Ivy. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Here's Ivy. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game.
Oh, how about the quick thinking by Ivy? I love when he goes right at it with the shot.
Dinwiddie with it. Makes it off the glass. Dinwiddie's got his second bucket of the night.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Mobley misses.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Here's Zubac. Basket good. Zubac has got the lead up to 9 now for the Timberwolves.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Thompson. Done outside. Shot clock at 6. Here's Mobley. And Mobley throws it down.
And, you know, it's one thing to get the offensive rebound, but then how about the loud bucket he's able to convert?
He was in perfect position under the hoop, Greg. You're right. Once he gets his hands on the miss. For Minnesota, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. And that one misses.
For the Timberwolves, Dinwiddie, 2 shots.
He hits the second from the line. And he launches it from deep. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Timberwolves lead by 8. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the 4th quarter. And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle them up right away. Now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch told the team. And he was real calm during the timeout. He was smiling when he told the team, we're up. Game plan is working. Go out there and have fun. It's always fun when you're up late. Guys?
Thank you, David. Rockets trailed by 8. Now McGrady. There's the drive. And they'll get another chance. And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. Pass to Thompson. Back to McGrady. Shot clock at 5. Inside. Stolen by Carter. Brown inside. And Brown throws it down hard.
Well, I'll tell you, Brown gets off the floor so easily.
Here's Holiday. Thompson outside. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. Vince Carter picks one up.
Look, he's doing what he can to try to keep them afloat offensively, continuing to stay aggressive.
Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Doncic with a strong move inside.
Guys, you never know what you'll see when you're watching Luka Doncic. His offensive creativity is through the roof.
Here's Holiday. McGrady outside. Oh, good on the triple.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Up top, Okongwu. Wide open. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field. Hey, Stan, I've always wondered, back when you were coaching, college or pro, what was your defensive philosophy?
Well, I think, first of all, Kevin, we always wanted to take away the easy baskets. In other words, we're going to get back in transition, not give away fast breaks. We are going to try to protect the paint and make sure we're not giving away layups. And we didn't want to foul unnecessarily and give away free throws.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Mobley. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. And stolen by Mobley. And McGrady with a clear path to the hoop. The kick out to Holiday. His three-pointer's off the mark.
Well, he can't buy a bucket, but it's time to find other ways to help his team win.
Here's Carter. And then Carter with the jam.
And that's what Carter does best, knifing his way inside so he can finish with the easy slam.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second team foul.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. A kick out to Mobley. Good. And it's McGrady who picks up the assist.
A lot of focus on the part of Mobley. Gets great position, feet set, and lets it fly.
And here is Doncic. Pass to Okongwu. Three-pointer. Mobley with the rebound. Nuggets trailed by 7. Now, here's Thompson. And it's Thompson with the jam.
Monster points from Thompson. No fear in the big moment.
Okongwu with it. It's tipped. It's stolen by McGrady. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Ivy, no one around him. They get it again. Here's Holiday. Mobley. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the Rockets.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And also, guys, they've pushed the ball and been able to score in transition, trying to take advantage of playing in the open floor as often as possible.
They set the pick. Holiday attacking. And it's slammed in by Holiday.
Biggest play of the night. Holiday not shy in the moment.
And Okongwu has it in the corner. Drills it from outside.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his third foul of the game. Minnesota on D. They've led. And it's a great finish!
Oh, my. And what a huge bucket that was. Asar Thompson stepping up when his team needs him most.
.36 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Just 5 on the clock. It's Brown. Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible. Look, Brown has proven himself to be a clutch performer, and he does it again.
And an intentional foul right there.
First team foul.
17 seconds left in the fourth. Doncic outside. Mobley with the block. Here's McGrady. The three-pointer off the mark. And so the Timberwolves take the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you. But they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. We're live, the home of the Rockets in wonderful Houston, Texas. I'd like to welcome you to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. This game in Houston marks the start of a homestand for the Rockets.
And the start of a brief homestand for them. And they have a chance, Kevin, to get some wins in front of the home fans before they get back out on the road.
On the wing, Holiday. Fast break, Milwaukee. Simmons with it. Picked up by Thompson. That one good for two. Simmons got the first points of the night for the Bucks.
And Simmons so deft with the floater, freezing the defense completely.
Pass to Ivy. Here's the three. Sinks the three-pointer. And what a matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Now here's Duncan. And Duncan throws it down.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time.
Not when he can throw it down like that. Boom!
Jacks up a three. And Simmons with the rebound. Pushing it up. Irving with a clean look. And again, it's Milwaukee converting.
Oh, yeah. Irving, he has the mid-range in his bag now.
On the wing, Thompson. A little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. A special move before the shot.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Well, Greg, it took 40 years, but the Bucks finally won their second NBA title back in 2021.
Yeah, and Kareem leading that 71 squad. Giannis was the man in 2021, averaging 35 and 13 during the finals, closing out the Suns with that 50-piece in Game 6.
Pass to Ivy. On the wing, Tracy McGrady. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game. Irving for three. Hits it from three-point range. Irving's got 5 now.
Kyrie Irving, what a touch from deep.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, well, like a lockdown corner in football, teams just try to keep the ball away from Jrue Holiday. He says, I feel like they're not afraid of me, but like, okay, get him off the ball. To me, that's respect. I don't need other people telling me how good I am. You can see it by their actions. Kevin?
So true. He can be intimidating, David, and we thank you for that report. Oh, that's offensive interference. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Milwaukee.
Look at the fast break point total from these guys. I mean, they're really hustling, working hard, and those hustle points are showing up on the scoreboard.
And so far, just a great job forcing turnovers and creating opportunities in the open floor. The defense at the heart of that.
Outside Irving. Back to Simmons. Outside Irving. Shot clock at 5. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And Clark, the Rockets, just one of a handful of franchises to win back-to-back NBA titles.
Can you believe that, Kevin? It was roughly 30 years ago that the Rockets did that, led by Hakeem Olajuwon, perhaps the best player in the league at that time. Of course, this was while Michael Jordan was retired from the NBA the first time.
Houston moving the ball around. Thompson right side. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Tim Duncan picks one up.
Clever move by the young guy. Thompson sticks with the shot and gets fouled.
That free throw good from Thompson. GA, if you look back at the Rockets' history, so many all-time greats have spent time there.
Yeah, it's an impressive list, right? Olajuwon, Moses Malone, Calvin Murphy, and Harden. Houston's well represented in the Hall of Fame.
For 3, the Rockets with another miss. Bucks leading by 6. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. Good, and the assist goes to Irving.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
Outside Holiday. Pass to McGrady. Takes it inside. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
The ball handling of T-Mac, really impressive. Watching him play, this guy is a thing of beauty. Puts a lot of time into his ball handling. You can tell.
Now, here is Irving. 8 points for him. Fades away. Mobley with the rebound.
Boy, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all.
And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. Milwaukee shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
Kyrie Irving, special. I mean, as skilled a player as you'll ever see when it comes to handling the ball and scoring in close.
And it's Houston on the break. And that one's good. McGrady's got 5.
And the defense scattered all over the place on the break. Nice job finding the wide open 3.
Pass to Harris. It's stolen by McGrady. Got it up. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. What a performance for Kyrie Irving. He has been the story.
18.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And what stands out to you from the Bucks in this one?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And, you know, for them guys, it's all about tempo. Keep the pressure on and do so as much as possible. I think he'll think twice about attempting that shot next time. The defense was right on top of him there. That's serving it up on the platter there. What a nice pass. High percentage look was the result.
Now here's Simmons. The kick outside to Butler. And the 3 off target.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Clark, Kyrie Irving has got to be as skilled a player as we've seen in the NBA.
Well, I tell you what, I don't know if I've ever seen a better layup maker than him. And I played against Isaiah Thomas and read about Nate Archibald and some of the other great small ball guards. But, man, this kid, Kyrie Irving, well, young man now, 50, 40, 90 on a season. And a lot of times he's making acrobatic layups against 6'9", and 7-foot guys. Special.
Down low. Here's Duncan. And Duncan throws it down.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Double team on Holiday. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. By himself. Rips down the breakaway slam.
And Caldwell Pope's energy, infectious. Defense leading to offense. Love what I see and get from KCP.
Now here is Holiday. Still yet to score. Vanderbilt with the screen. Lets it go with the three. And Drew Holiday with the three.
Well, that's a nice up-tempo play from Holiday. Got the rock and didn't waste any time finding the shot.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard.
Guys, it is symbolic of their effort here tonight.
And here are the Rockets now, following the bucket by the Bucks. Vanderbilt with the screen. Just 5 to shoot.
Big time.
And he dunks it down.
Doing it with style. McGrady punishing the D for giving him that kind of airspace.
The shot by Butler, nobody around. And it's off from three-point range. Ivy, no one around him. And again, it's the Rockets from deep. Greg, you've been a part of some great contending teams over the years, but what's it like being on a team at the bottom of the standings with not a lot of hope for the regular season?
Well, Kevin, no one likes losing, but it can certainly take a toll. But it can also allow you to play more freely when you know you're bad and you're not having to deal with the pressure of expectations.
Back to McGrady. Vanderbilt with the screen. Holiday left side. Here's Şengün. It's good. This game is all even. Şengün's got 5 now.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooting.
Outside for Caldwell Pope. The offensive rebound.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Milwaukee with the ball. After the Rockets pick up 3. It's stolen by McGrady. One-on-one fast break. Holiday with the 3. Houston now working with the new shot clock. Pass to Şengün. It's up a 3. The shot by Ivy, no good. Bucks trailed by 3. Here's Caldwell Pope. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. He's got 7.
Love the rise and fire approach from KCP. Got to be impressed with this guy's confidence.
And that one's good. McGrady.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take it down.
Connects from three-point range. And it's a 6-point Houston lead.
Oh, how about the quick thinking by Ivy? I love when he goes right at it with the shot.
Duncan with the bucket.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Graham in the corner. Good on the triple. Graham's got himself on the board with 3 there. Young for 3. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's the Houston Rockets with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. And we'll be right back after this. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far.
Boy, this is the threat that Harris poses now. He's a scorer from every level. Inside, three-point land, and at the rim.
And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. He wants to talk to his guys. And the Rockets making a change here. Rockets leading by 4. Tobias Harris-Clark has played over a dozen years in the NBA, and he is still a solid third option.
He really is, and he only played 1 year in college, and yet has been steady and consistent. He might not be the most efficient scorer, but he still does a lot of good things when he's on the floor, and he does them at both ends of the floor. What a block from Harris. Terrific work there.
Young looking around. Pass to Harris. A shot, no good. Good D by Mobley. Thompson outside. It's good from long range. Thompson's got the lead up to 7 now for the Rockets.
If he develops a consistent three-point shot in his first few years, Thompson's going to be scary.
Now Harris. Wide open look here for Klingon. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Healed outside. A 3. And Klingon pulls it down. Bucks trail by 7. Here's Simons. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
It took a little time for Simons to kind of come into his own, but now he's playing with supreme confidence.
Good. Young's got his first points of the night.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
And it's done in the corner. Fires the 3. Mobley. It's good on the putback. And the Rockets lead by 5.
And that's just opportunistic basketball. Mobley carving out space and then cashing in on the second chance opportunity.
And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
Good on the three-point shot.
And shooters shoot. And Simons sure has a feel with that quick trigger.
Pass to Thompson. They get a hand on it. And stolen by Simons. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
And you can tolerate gas like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Outside Holiday. On the wing, Tracy McGrady. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. And stolen by Thompson. McGrady with the ball. Butler covering. Pass to Ivy. There's the triple. Buries it from three-point range. Ivy's got 15.
And this young guy, Ivy, is doing anything he wants right now, dominating in effortless fashion.
Caldwell Pope for 3. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. To the paint. No good with the layup.
Well, you know, stopping him is never easy to do, but the defense was strong there.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Tracy McGrady. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Butler feeling out of it. Back to Duncan. Oh, deflected by Mobley.
Mobley is one of the best defenders in the NBA. When he's not blocking shots, he's altering.
Rockets leading by 5. Holiday with the 3. And another 3 for Houston.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Well, the defense just hasn't pressed up to deny any of those looks, guys. I mean, they're hanging back and getting picked apart.
Now here's Butler. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Shot clock at 6. Back to Caldwell Pope. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. And it's going to be on Tracy McGrady. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Rockets?
The three-pointers and how well they're able to shoot them. You wonder if they can keep it up, and boy, have they.
You know, another thing that stands out to me is their passing in this game. I mean, they've done a tremendous job sharing the ball and setting each other up for success.
And that one is good. Duncan's got 13.
And their outside game is simply evaporated here in the second half. Not a lot of great looks from deep.
McGrady left side. From downtown. Up again. Mobley on the follow. He has 6.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Simmons working it over. Irving from long range. Evan Mobley with the rebound. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
So good at getting to his spots and then cashing in, making the game look easy.
And so it's Houston ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a... And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. And so Holiday will bring it up for the Rockets. Pass to Ivy for the 3. Milwaukee with the rebound.
You know, when he has the ball outside like that, that's exactly the kind of D they need to play on.
And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
Yeah, and once he gets the switch turned on, Caldwell Pope is not going to be slowed down. He can heat up quickly.
And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. The Rockets making a switch here. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. During the last break, got to listen in on Ime Udoka's huddle with his team. Now, his perspective was to play like we're behind. He said, that's the energy we need right now. We haven't won anything yet. Back to you guys.
Okay, David, thanks.
You know, in the case of Jrue Holiday, having 2 brothers in the league, I think probably is added motivation for him to excel.
So he gets them both.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Now here's Simmons. Pass to Duncan. Butler on the wing. Wants to get it to Duncan, and does.
Butler really sees the floor and finds his opportunities to move that ball around. A true team player.
And Holiday, here we go. The shot's good. Holiday's got 4 points this quarter.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
You know what, guys, honestly, I didn't think he'd win that battle. I mean, that's a lot of height to give up.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Now here's Simmons. Outside Irving. From deep. The basket good off the assist from Simmons.
That's the decisiveness we talk about with Irving. He's quick and right at it.
Pass to McGrady. Houston moving it around. Ball's not loose. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Mobley. Bucks trailed by 5. Here's Caldwell Pope. Back to Simmons. The kick out to Irving. And again, Milwaukee with the triple.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here.
And the Rockets making a change here. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Here's Ivy. Here's Şengün. And there's the block. Just stops it cold and takes possession.
Yeah, they collect one there, but overall, minus 10 rebounding for the game.
And you wonder why they're losing big? Well, wonder no more. I mean, you hit the nail on the head there, partner.
That one drops. He ties it up.
You know, when you're looking to create a culture, a championship-type culture for your team, you want guys like JB, guys that are tough, accountable, and consistent.
McGrady outside. There's the drive. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And that's really just smart basketball. You send a poor foul shooter to the line.
Yeah, and he was on his way to sending that one down, so the play is definitely to foul right there, which he did.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half, and that's taking care of business, fellas.
Shots good from Butler.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
On the wing, Tracy McGrady. Ivy. That's good. Great play set up by T-Mac. Tracy McGrady. And that's now 18 points for Jaden Ivey. Caldwell Pope outside. To the middle. Here's Duncan. And Duncan throws it down hard.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Hey, defense is taking a back burner, secondary on the marquee, but who doesn't love a team like this? Let's go. I like offense.
He gets that one.
Big-time buckets is what everyone wants to see from Ivy. He has to attack without hesitation in those situations.
The kick out to Irving. Caldwell Pope on the wing. And stolen by Butler. Knocks it loose. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession.
Better to be lucky than good. That pass was just deflected and not stolen. Dodged the bullet there.
Now here's Simmons. Caldwell Pope right side. And stolen by Şengün. Here's Thompson. And it's Thompson with the jam.
Monster points from Thompson. No fear in the big moment.
Caldwell Pope outside. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Tracy McGrady. And that'll be his third foul so far.
Third team foul.
Caldwell Pope outside. Off target with his three. On the wing, Thompson. And the shot goes down. And it's a 6-point Rocket lead.
An explosive player. Thompson has serious leaping ability, and that comes in handy around the basket.
Here's Irving for three. Caldwell Pope. It's in! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within three.
This dude, folks, has ice in his veins when the game is tight. Kentavious Caldwell Pope.
Pass to McGrady. Now, here's Şengün. Just 5 on the clock. Thompson outside. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. So it's the Bucks now.
And it's all about the three right here.
No doubt. I mean, the next shot has to be a three.
Back to Simmons. Outside Irving. Can't get the three to fall. Here's Thompson. Into the lane. So it's a narrow victory for the Rockets, pulling it out for the W. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal.
And there are so many